you are being what? A fool. It's as simple as that. He says that John 6:35, anyone who comes to me will never be hungry. Anyone who believes in me will never be thirsty. And you face some serious financial situation and you think, you don't even say it. Maybe you'll be among us leading prayer, praising God, lifting up your hands, but in your stomach. Does it say the fool stays in his stomach? The fool says in his heart. You could be sitting here, but in your heart you'll be saying, God was there. Why am I going through all this? If you are saying that in your heart concerning any area, you are a fool. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. Maybe you've lost a loved one. I know people up to now, they are angry with God. I can't even say they can't forgive God, because God has not done anything wrong that you should forgive him. But up to now, because they lost a mother, a father, a husband, or a child, they are angry with God. Go say anything. If God was there, why did this happen? I'm sure if you go to Oklahoma right now, you find at least 2,000 people who say that. If God was there, why did this wind come and break all our houses? The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They don't even say it, that it comes out of their mouths. You may be praising and giving, worshiping, serving in the house of, but in your heart, you don't believe God. If you don't believe God, you are saying that there's no God. Maybe you believe God for certain aspects of your life, but certain aspects, maybe you need a child, you can't get a child, so God can't do this. If God loved me, he would have done it. You have become a fool. Because you have said in your heart, there is no God who can give you a child. You have said in your heart, there is no God who can give you a husband. You have said in your heart, there is no God who can give you a wife. You have said in your heart, there is no God who can give me a job that can satisfy all my financial needs. You have said in your heart that there is no God that can heal you. You have said in your heart that there is no God that can bless the ministry. If God is with us, look at the ministry. The fool says in his heart that there is no God. You've never said it on your mouth because you want to look Christian, but God looks in the hearts. Hello? Let us worship. Jesus said, worship him with what? With all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength, and with all your soul. God looks in the hearts. It's not only the unbelievers who are fools. Some of the people sitting in the building called church are also fools, because they've said in their hearts that there's no God. In fact, there are some people who even go to church very well, but they don't expect anything from God, because God can't do anything for them. They just want to go to the church. Are you hearing me? They come to church and leave, and they don't expect anything from God. He said, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is what? The kingdom of heaven. Why? The poor in spirit means they depend on God. If you come to church, you say you're a Christian and you don't depend on God, you're a fool. You must depend on God every day. The Lord is my shepherd. Seek him, bless him, speak of his word, pray, worship, praise all the time. Otherwise you'll be like these ones. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. If there's anything that has challenged you so much that you've settled in your heart that God cannot do it for you, then in that area you become a fool. You are still saying that there is no God. And we want to repent of that this morning. Why do I say that? Because the verse 5 says, they are in great terror or fear. Those who act like that. If you think that you are going to lose your home, you are going to lose your mind, you are going to lose your health, you are going to lose your children, you are going to lose your family, you are going to lose something great, because you don't see that God can be with you or help you in that area, what will happen to your life? You always live in fear. You always live in terror. Maybe you've gone to a particular task, exams, whatever, many times you've never passed. I have many people, I've met people who 7 times they didn't pass. Last time there was a lady here, She took the nursing exam 3 times. She didn't pass. She was going to commit suicide. They called me. I had to talk to her seriously. She's an usher in her church. She travels here every Saturday to come to prayer. But she's going to do what? Commit suicide because of an exam. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. Are you hearing me? And if you do like that, you will live in fear. You'll be in the church. You'll be doing everything in the church. You'll be the one who gives most. But you don't believe God in that very little area. You will live in fear. But he says in the verse 5,